Where's the chat?
That's what I'm pulling up for you. And actually, let me. Got that there. Got Google for you there.
Hey everybody, Ira Miller here, Monday Night Live. I bet you're wondering if I was going to show up tonight or not, right? Because we were supposed to have showed up last week. Decided to kind of extend the vacation a little bit longer. Much needed rest and relaxation. I'm sure a lot of you saw the awesome video that Christian put together for us. And I haven't even seen it myself. I know I took it. I know I've seen some clips, but I haven't seen the whole thing processed through yet. So anyways, hopefully you got a chance to see how beautiful North Carolina is, and the cabin that I was in was just, it was really a pleasant surprise when I saw that cabin, because I had no idea it had that loft up there. And so my brother joined us, and we had on the first floor, we had a guest bedroom, and then we had the master bedroom. And then I saw the stairs leading up, and we walked up there. There was that whole living room and an extra bed up there. And I told them, I said, well, take your pick. And they decided to go upstairs and have their own little apartment up in the top. So they kind of liked that. So it was really, really good. So anyways, thank you all for joining Monday Night Live tonight, and I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to having a good show tonight. And we have Jacqueline and Marcia. How are you? Good to see y'all. Marcia, hope you're loving your home. Marcia's just closed on her home in Stone Creek, Del Webb Stone Creek. We got her a beautiful, I mean, I love the home. I love the home site. I love how open it is in the back there. So Marcia, I hope you and Dan enjoying that. So thank you very much, Donna. Thank you very much. And hope you all, well, I guess I should wait. I'll probably say it a few times already, but I hope you all have a nice Thanksgiving. I know I'm ready for Thanksgiving myself. And so hopefully everybody has a great Thanksgiving. So Jacqueline. Jacqueline's one of my biggest fans. I love you, Jacqueline. Thank you so much for a lot of your really cool comments, and just love it. So, and I love you. Thank you for all that. So I'm glad you're doing great. So tonight I don't really have any real topic. I don't think.
I mean, one thing. I don't know if you heard, but all the theaters in the square, there's only going to be Lake Center Landing left. They're closing Brownwood and Rialto.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you all heard that, but Christian was telling me that some of the news in the villages is that they're closing the Rialto Theater, and the Rialto and Spanish Springs was the only square in the villages when I first started here. There was not Lake Sumter Landing, there was not Brownwood. So Christian's telling me that he saw in the news that they're going to close the Rialto in Spanish Springs and the Barnstorm.
Yep, it's already closed. It's now a vaccine area. They turned it into a place where you can.
In Brownwood?
Mm-hmm. So
they've already closed it.
Well, it during the pandemic, it became a vaccine area where you could get your shots.
Right.
So they're just going to keep it long term as closed. I don't know what they're going to replace it with. Though I think I heard the Spanish Springs one will be replaced with a extension of the hospital because they're running out of room.
Wow. You know what I thought? I thought that they were going to tear that down. I thought really they were going to tear down starting at the movie theater and then going north, there are some office buildings, and then you have the Marriott. And I really thought what they were going to do is tear down the movie theater and then those office buildings and the Marriott and put all those apartments in there, because the way they did Brownwood, in Brownwood they put all the lofts, apartments, and and they tried to do that in the Spanish Springs area over at the Hacienda Hills Country Club. They tore the country club down, tore the pool out, tore the tiki bar. I mean, that was a travesty, really. That was an awesome. Anybody who knows about the Hacienda Hills pool and tiki bar would know what I was talking about. But I really thought, and I still wouldn't put it past them to go ahead and tear all that down and build a lot of apartments.
Or even do commercial, residential.
It just seems logical to me. I mean, if they're into the apartment building, since they can't, the city of Lady Lake said no way were they going to allow them to permit apartments over at Hacienda Hills. They just went ahead and tore down Hacienda Hills and the pool, and with the the full idea, they were just going to do whatever they wanted to do over there. But Lady Lake said, So that would be a very logical place. And I heard they were going to do that over there where Katie Bell's and McCall's Tavern and that area was. So I would not put it past the village's developer to tear those two down and put loft-style apartments going around.
Yeah, that would be my idea of what they would do too.
Yeah. So that's kind of some latest and greatest news going on. I was thinking about something else that I wanted to mention about. Oh, yeah, you know what they really need over, especially like Lake Sumter Landing or Brownwood? What do you think they would really need over there? I'll give you a hint.
What?
Fiesta.
Oh, bowling?
Bowling. They really need, I think, I mean, they have two bowling alleys in Spanish Springs. I think a bowling alley would really be great over there. If not Lake Sumter Landing, at least Brownwood, you know.
Aren't one of those being replaced though? One of the ones in Spanish Springs?
They keep saying they are, but I don't really see anything going on. All right, let's get to some, how many people we have?
Oh, we got 34.
34 people. Hey, everybody. So, all right, so we'll just get back. Let's bring it on back. And Laura, how are you? I always see Laura on Skip's show. So, Iowa. How's the weather, Laura? How's the weather over there? Elaine from New Jersey. Good gosh, Jacqueline, my husband's pension was cut in September from $6,000 to $1,500. I don't know how they can do that. How can they do that? That's a travesty. That's crazy. Sound like a lawsuit in there somewhere to me, Jacqueline. Jerry Bell, thanks for showing up, Jerry. He's a regular. I really appreciate it. And thank you for all the welcoming back, and it was a great trip. I wanted to share that all with you guys. Christian kind of came up with the idea because, I was just like, Christian, I want you to put my little trip together for me so I have that. He goes, why don't we share it with everybody? I'm like, nobody's going to want to see what what I'm doing on vacation. But he thought that was really cool. So he has free artistic freedom for the most part. So that's my buddy. He's my right-hand man. Do you have to be vaccinated in the villages? Nope. We're in Florida. We don't have to be vaccinated here in Florida, Jacqueline. So I could make a joke about that, but I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Oh, so we really got a debate going on that from 6,000 to 1,500. So I have to stop myself from making some particular comments about stuff like that. Weather in Dubuque, Iowa today, 36 degrees. Hey, you're having a heat wave out there, right, Laura? Because I would think 36 degrees. Well, I mean, that's to us is cold. So Marcia, let's talk about that, okay? So anyways, here's what happened. We were closing on Marcia's home. There was some kind of a mix-up, and I don't even know how that happened. So here's the deal. We have what's called a transaction coordinator. So I have my hands full doing what I do, making videos, taking people out, showing them homes, showing them communities. So all the paperwork and all that administrative work goes on in the background, and Danielle was handling that. And she is what's called my transaction coordinator. So whenever we do a contract, right, I write it up, get it approved. Once it gets approved, then it goes to Danielle, and Danielle does everything else from there. She goes ahead and schedules the home inspection, makes sure any addendums are signed and in the file, and then she schedules walkthroughs. And if the customer's not available to do the walkthrough, then I do the walkthrough, and I video the walkthrough. So I go over and I do the walkthroughs. And with Marcia's home, I found out that one zone, for the most part, it was great. They did all the repairs for the home inspection. But I don't know. I don't know what to say. But I find a lot of stuff that I've tried so many different home inspectors, it's ridiculous. And I don't know. I don't know if I just take more time to go through a home than what the home inspectors, but I usually find stuff that the home inspectors miss, unfortunately. And it's not any result of my own, so I just want to put that out there. That's a disclaimer that, we'll give you information on home inspectors, but I have tried so many different home inspectors. You just have to take the lesser of the evils at this point, is really what it is. And then when you're in a market like this and they're as busy as they are, they're like trying to, zip through them now. And with me, I think by now, the ones that I usually use normally, they know I'm going to call them if they miss something. Anyways, Zone 5, I believe it was not working in Marcia's home. So I call the listing agent. Hey, Zone 5 isn't working. We need you to send somebody out here before we close, because we're not going to close until we get Zone 5 up and running. Well, she's like, Ira, we've already closed. I'm like, what are you talking about? We can't close. I'm just doing this walkthrough. We're not supposed to close till tomorrow. I don't know where the disconnect was, but they closed that morning. So I told Marcia, I said, Marcia, here's the deal. Zone 5 isn't working, and I'll pay to get it fixed. So that's what happened. Marcia came, moved into the house. I didn't really have a good irrigation person for Ocala, for Stone Creek. So I asked Marcia to please go ahead and see if you can find an irrigation person. Ask your neighbors if they can recommend somebody, and they did. So that's where Marcia's saying the guy from Beard Irrigation was awesome. Definitely would recommend him to folks. So there you go, Beard and Irrigation. There's a free advertisement for you. And so told Marcia, have them call me. We'll take care of the bill, and that's what we did, and that's what we do. If there's something that falls through the cracks or whatever, which, look, I employ 3 assistants. Now I have Danielle. Paige is back. For all of you who knew Paige, Paige worked for me for a year and a half, and then she went on to do some other stuff, and then decided she was going to come back. So I went ahead and brought her back. So normally, I mean, I've always had Christian, well, for what?
6 years.
6 years now. And this guy is Old Faithful here. He's the most reliable guy and faithful guy. So anyways, so Paige came back, and so we try to have everything covered as best we can. I do my best. I do my thing. But sometimes through some inexperience or whatever, things might fall through the crack, but we'll always make good for it no matter what. I'm always kind of pretty much at the forefront. I mean, and I'm always questioning Danielle or Paige. Hey, for instance, we had Larry and Mary made an offer, and we have an issue with a roof. So we told the listing agent, look, this home has some problems with the roof, and it's old, and so based on the home inspection report, we're going to have to request a new roof. And so we made up an addendum, and we made up an email, and we have certain protocol we have to follow. So I'm pretty much thinking all the time, and I try to make sure that we don't miss anything. But if we happen to miss something, trust me, we're not going to miss a new roof, or we're not going to miss anything that's real expensive. I'm always on top of that. But anyways, that's kind of what happened with Marcia. So we got you all taken care of, right, Marcia? So it's friggin' cold in Indiana. The older I get, the colder I feel. So tell me, is it colder in Indiana or Dubuque, Iowa? I seem to think that Iowa is always colder. All right, so what retirement, thank you for that question. So if you can kind of Keel, tell me if you'd like, tell me your first name, we could use that. But anyways, Keel, what I would say, what retirement communities are adjacent to the villages, and can they utilize the amenities in the villages? And the amenities, I would say, recreational amenities, no. Shopping, yes. Okay, so the squares, anybody can go in any of the squares, use the squares, listen to the music and the entertainment that's there. You have the Savannah Center for entertainment. You have the Sharon Morris Performing Arts Center that you can utilize as well. I think village residents have preference, and then they allow other people outside to go ahead. I think, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think there is a price break, though, if you are a village resident over somebody on the outside. So communities that are adjacent, Stonecrest is probably the nearest, because whenever I tour somebody through Stonecrest, we'll go and look at the recreational amenities right up front at the entrance. Then I'll show them a pool that's in the middle of the community, and then we'll go all the way to the back, and I'll show them that pool and tennis courts. And then I'll say, you see all those homes? that line the backside of this pool area, those manufactured homes back there, that's the Villages. So Stonecrest actually butts right up against the Villages. Now, you used to be able to go, there's a gate running through Stonecrest that lets you out right at the Walmart area in the Summerfield Walmart. And you can drive your golf cart and go through all that shopping. You can go to Bell's, you can go to Lowe's, you can go to Aldi's, you can go all the way up to the Villages property. And there used to be a little open area that you can take your golf cart over in the medical center and go right through. Well, when Mr. Morris died, probably a month later, a wall was erected, a solid wall, to stop anybody from the Villages going out and anybody from the Stonecrest area going in. Well, the Villages residents in that historic district over there in the mobile home, manufactured home area, they went crazy. They started picketing and petitioning, and they held protests right out along 441. Finally, after about a month, they tore the wall down and they put a gate, okay, so people can go in and out. Now, I guess you could probably follow a village resident through there. The gate's pretty quick, but I don't know. Anyways, I don't suggest that you go into buying in Stonecrest with the expectations that you're going to be able to go into the Villages and then go over the golf cart bridge over to Spanish Springs, because it just doesn't work that way anymore. They have it down pretty well, and they're very protective of their golf cart status there in the Villages, okay? So they put a lot of value on that. But there's a ton of shopping you can get to by golf cart from Stonecrest. And then Spanish Springs is only like a mile and a half away by car. So you can utilize that amenity of the Villages. Just you can't use the recreational activities there in the Villages. All right, so hopefully that's clear as mud. Hi Ira, can you give us information about return air filters there? It looks like they're in the ceiling. Is that correct? How often do they change things? So your return air filters are not in the ceiling in the Villages. They are in the air handler. So you'll have to go into, usually the garage is where your air handler is, unless it's an Amarillo, Bougainvillea, or sun-kissed model. Excuse me. Then they're in the laundry room. But yeah, those air filters are in the air handler, not up in the return air grill. And usually your return air grill is in the ceiling. So you have to go to the bottom. So what an air handler sits on, it's that unit that contains the blower motor that blows the air through your home. It sits on this box called a plenum. So that plenum is where the air kind of circulates. So that's what it kind of does is the air conditioning system pulls the air out of a home, circulates it in the plenum, and pushes it back out into the home. So and it's being cooled and circulated. But anyways, where the air handler sits on top of that plenum, that's where your air filter is. Okay? So Clay, I hope that helps you out. Would you please explain the different levels of flood ratings? As much such as how likely is a 110 property I'm not sure what a 110 property. All right, one more time. Ira, would you please explain the different levels of the flood ratings? Such as how likely is a 110 property to flood?
1 to 10, like a scale.
On a 1 to 10 scale?
Like, so the different letters, like
Oh, on a 1 to 10, how likely is a 1 to 10 property to flood? Also, how does that affect insurance? All right. Anyways, so we who are in the MLS, multiple listing service, whenever we pull up an individual listing, it gives us a whole range of stuff. Can we use this thing?
Yeah, you want to use your computer?
Yeah. I'm going to show you here real quick. It's probably easier to show you than. So just go to Google.
Yep. And then left tab.
Here.
Yep.
Click.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you. Good question. All right. Should have had this already up, right, Christian? Should have. But it's no problem. All right. Here we go. All right. So we're going to go to properties in the villages. This is my MLS. This is what I work out of on a daily basis. And we're going to go to Matrix. And there we go. We're going to go to search. And we're going to do a quick search. All right. So I default, see down here where my cursor is, where it says city, it defaults to the villages. So there's 55 matches. So that's incredibly low. I mean, we've already gone over what the market is doing in the villages, but today there's 55 homes listed in the villages. And I'm just going to go ahead and just use a average. Let's see this one on Delano Way. It's in 1998. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Whoops. That's San Clemente. Actually, I'm just interested in looking at Delano Way. All right, so this is a 1998 home. We're asking $349,900 for it up here. Follow me. And now you see across here where my cursor is, I have listing, which is what we're seeing now, taxes. I can push that. That tells us a lot about the taxes, what the estimated value is, gives us a lot of information about this home, which is nice. Photos, gives us a history on the home, when it was listed, when it was back on the market, when it went pending, all kind of good stuff. Parcel map. It's going to show you different things about the parcel itself, about the home site itself, and then you have your flood map. Now, if this home was in foreclosure, that would be lit up, but it's not. It's grayed out, and you can see there's one of those stop signs there. All right, so here, follow me with my hand. My hand is going around an X. That X rating, and if you look up here, flood zone code X, zone X, an area that is determined to be outside of the 100 and 500 year floodplains. Now these little retention areas, they call these A, AE, and A. A over here, and AE. They're considered a flood area. But if you look down here, you know, this tells you, like for instance, the purple. It has light purple, it has darker purple. That's your retention ponds. So this is where this is where the water tends to go in the 100-year floodplain. All right, so that's kind of how that works, all right? All right, so we'll go back. What am I going to click on, the red?
Nope, Google again, or Chrome at the very left. Yep, and then the chat.
Oh, okay. All right, so back there, so hopefully that helps you. You want to be in an X area. You don't want to be in an A or an AE. That's in a flood zone. Your insurance company will require that you have flood insurance if your home is in an A or an AE flood area, okay? So hopefully that was clear enough for you. Okay. So thank you for that, Catherine. We're always going to resolve any problems. You know, here, let me tell you something. Just had a birthday. I'm at the stage of my career where, trust me, I'm not in this for the money. I'm just not. So that's why I spend a lot of money. I have 3 assistants. You can only imagine. 1 real estate agent, 3 assistants. No real estate agent that's just themselves has 3 assistants. But I pay for 3 assistants to have a career and to help me out. So, and if I can pay for something that that needs to be resolved, I'm going to take care of it. You get a younger, fresh, new real estate agent, they're in it for the money. They're probably young, they have a whole career to go, they probably have a whole, possibly a new family, they want a boat, they want a new car, they want all this stuff when they're young. Trust me, I've already got all my stuff. But my kids are kind of young. I have a 22-year-old and a 19-year-old. I was just in Jacksonville on Saturday looking for a place for him to stay. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to take care of you. And if money can resolve the issue, then we're going to get it resolved for you. We're not going to sit there and split hairs and do all that stuff. You know, I want you happy. You are my main concern. So there you go. And so that's what it took for Marcia. We weren't even going to make any bones about it. I wasn't even going to get with the listing agent or the seller or anything like that. It just is what it was. I think it was like, what, $166, right, Marcia? And the situation went away and everybody's happy. So for $166 to make everybody happy, well worth it. Okay. Let's see. Kelly. All right. Thanks, Kelly. Oh, Kel. Hello. Ding dong. I should have known that. All right, Kelly. Or Kel. That's great. See, I love to talk to people on first name basis. So, hey, there's Glenn. So Glenn and I talked today, and he's coming in December 6th, right? So Glenn, I just kind of told our whole story. I don't know if you were online when we were talking. But yeah, down here. Thank you for sharing your insights on our new build this morning. So Glenn was exactly who I was talking about and how I do things. Actually, I did that in my video. So I did a video right before our Monday Night Live. So I think I might be getting that confused with my chat here. But anyways, just to kind of give you a little idea. When are we going to have that video up?
I can have it up tomorrow.
So Christian's probably going to put up a video tomorrow about On Top of the World and how things are working at On Top of the World. We had some issues while I was on vacation, and I had somebody covering for me, and I told her, I said, please go. I have some people checking in to a world tour at On Top of the World. And so they have a whole protocol, a whole itinerary that they have set up for you when you check in on Top of the World. So I was always told, if I have anybody that's coming to On Top of the World, I have to be there the very first day they step foot in that sales office, or I lose them as a referral. That's just been the protocol. So the last time I was there, I met the people there, but they kind of changed the way their protocol, they changed their itinerary, right? So I had an issue where I went there the very first day that they checked in, because I was told if I'm not there the first day that they step through that door, I lose them as a referral and I can't really participate in working with them anymore. And I wanted to protect that status for myself and for the customer. Well, again, the last time I went ahead and did that, they're like, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, I'm supposed to be here. I'm required to be here. If I'm not here, I lose them as a referral. If I'm not here the first day they step through that sales office. And they're like, no, I don't think that's kind of the way it's going. We're checking them in, and then we're taking them on a tour through Ocala, and you can't go, meaning me. I'm like, okay. Don't really want to go anyways because I know Ocala. I live in Ocala. So, what happened? So then, no one told me any different. So I knew my relationship was protected because I was there then. Anyways, when I was on vacation, Heather, the girl who covers for me in Ocala, she met these people there, day of check-in, and again, they did the same thing. What are you doing here? Well, she says, I was told to be here. That was my understanding. We had to be there. The very first day they stepped foot in that sales office. Well, come to find out in my conversation today with a sales manager, no, that's not really how it really needs to go anymore. Or she's kind of telling me that's not how it's been, but I don't know how long she's been there. I've only been working with her for the last 4 or 5 months, I guess. Her name's Tracy. But she said, if you have a customer that is going to the sales office for the very first time to see the amenities, to see the community, to see the models, you have to be there with them the first time they step through that door. Okay, that's how it's always been. But then she said, but if they're checking in on a world tour, you don't have to be with them until the next day, day 2. Which doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Either you want me there on the very first day that they visit On Top of the World, or you don't. But they're telling me now, and it's on the record, what she told me today, and this is November 22nd, 2021. I'm to come the second day when they go toward the amenities and the models and all that, which is what I do anyways. And I enjoy doing that. I don't just walk you into the sales office, introduce you to one of their sales agents and say, bye, thank you very much, and walk away. I could, and my relationship and my referral is now at that point secure. But I don't do that. I always go out. I always go tour the models. I always learn something every single time anyways. Plus prices change. So I get the latest and the greatest prices. We go look at the amenities. I always learn something in those tours anyway. So I'm always with you. I don't ever just hand you off and say, see you later. I don't do that. It's just not the way I operate. So anyways, we're clear now about how things work over there and on top of the world, okay? But I'll tell you all before you even see my video, if you were to call on top of the world at any time before I let them know that you're interested and you learned about on top of the world through me, all bets are off. And I cannot work with you once you make contact. Once you make contact, if you make contact with them before you make contact with me, then, and you get your name and you ask for a brochure or whatever to be sent to you, then they put you in that database as on top of the world, procuring you as a customer, not me. Okay, so I'm only telling you guys that because you're with me. Most of you are here every week, and I really appreciate that. But I just wanted to kind of make a note of that. All right, and if you have any referrals for me, love referrals. That's kind of what makes me successful, is when you refer people to me. Okay. All right, Kelly. Wait a minute. Happy Thanksgiving, Catherine says. Gotta run. Oh, sorry, Catherine. Hope I didn't miss you, but happy Thanksgiving. Marcia, yes. And when the roof is old, problem getting insurance. Kelly says, could be Iowa, but I'm in Indiana. Clay, I guess, liked my explanation about air filters. And thank you for sharing your insights. From Glenn on our new build. So yes, this is where I started with our conversation about, and that's where I was going. I forgot where I was going. But anyways, so Glenn is coming in December to order a home. And so we had a conversation this morning that I want to meet with him before he goes to the design center. I want to meet with him in the model. And so we're going to get together and we're going to meet in the model, and then I'm going to talk about all these different options that I know about before he and his wife even go into the design center, and we can talk about different options. So make sure y'all see my video about the protocol for On Top of the World, because I talked about Glenn. I talked about how I was going to meet with him at 9 o'clock, and then he's going to go into the design department at 10 for his appointment. But he's going to be prepared and ready to go, and that's a lot of the things that's some of the things that I do on your behalf to give you some of my experience on ordering a home. Okay. All right. What month typically has the most for sale housing inventory? Not that this year is typical. Yes, that is true. I'm just curious to time my purchase. All right. Awesome question. Okay. So there's seasons. There's not really one particular time of the year. November is when people start to come here for a seasonal home. All right, they're trying to get the jump on people. So they'll start coming in October or November. We do see traffic, and we see the population density start to pick up a little bit in October. So the early birds get here in October to buy their villa or home or whatever. for the winter. These are the seasonal people. Some people call them snowbirds. Some people call them snowflakes. Anyways, so October, November, December, and January. So that's when it peaks. That's when it starts to come up. And then January it peaks, and then February sales start to go down for seasonal homes. And then March they start going, April, and then May. May they're pretty much, May is the slowest time of the whole year for buying. The latter half of April and May and the first half of June. Slowest time, slowest 2-month period in the whole year. Then sales start going back up in June and July and August. And why do they do that? Those are for primary homes. Those are for people's primary residences that they're going to be here for, if not 12 months out of the year, at least the majority of the year. And they kind of do a role reversal. So the primary home people might have a little home up north for the summertime, but be here for 9 months out of the rest of the year. And so those primary homes, they're big in the summertime. All right, so slow in the season, slow in January, February, March, but big in June, July, August, and September. Why is that? Well, so think about it. People up north are going to sell their home up north and move down here to Florida, the villages on top of the world, Stone Creek, whatever. Spruce Creek, Stonecrest. And who are they selling their home to? Most people sell their home in the summertime to families. Families who have children that have been in school, and towards the end of the school year, they're not going to move their kids out of that school towards the end of the school year. So they wait to the summer. So then families are buying up homes in the summertime. So now they can get their kids in a new school district. And that's why we sell so many more homes in the summertime to primary retirees, because all these families are buying up their homes up north in the summertime. So that's kind of how that works. So I would have to say that that's why. So you have different months. So if you're looking for a primary residence, then the winter months are going to be a little slower, a lot slower actually, because not a lot of sales take place, from my understanding, up north. I'm not from up north, I'm from actually down south. But it's my understanding that not a lot of sales. There's some sales, but when it's cold and it's icy and it's snowy, not a lot of sales take place up north. So they usually wait till the spring and the summer. There you go. Karen is saying super cold in Wisconsin. So Karen, we've got a little debate going. Is Iowa colder, or is Indiana colder? Or now, I think we heard from New Jersey, and Kelly's saying it's friggin' cold in Indiana. So let us know. How cold? All right, Wrestler Mania, another Skip Smith alumni. So love to see you on. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. And for the comment. Thank you so much. That's very kind. I try my best, and I give it my all. All right, so yes, Laura, that was a good question about inventory. And Kelly, thank you so much. I guess, are you ready to check out of us? But thank you for joining us. I'm here. We're doing every other, when are we scheduled, since we've missed some Mondays, when are we kind of scheduled? Are we going to go 2 weeks now from today?
Or if you want to do it on a monthly basis, since we're still deciding based on the viewership.
How many viewers?
We're currently at 51,
Okay.
and we've been mostly in the 40s.
Okay. All right. Anyways, so Jerry, how many homes in the villages are on the MLS? Checking to see up or down from last time. So Jerry, I'm going to switch over here. And we are going back to criteria. We on the screen? Okay. All right. You see my little cursor? I'm going to put it over to the right. All right. It's over here to the right. It's circling around. And if we go down here in the left-hand corner, 55 matches. That is extremely low. 55 matches. Now I know, let me get back here. I'm going to go back to my screen. All right, I know I said months ago, looks like inventory is going up. Looks like things are going back to normal. Well, I've totally changed my outlook and my mind about that. And why? I can give you the perfect reason why. First of all, supply and demand talks about prices of homes, right? New homes cannot keep up with the supply and demand. Why can't new homes keep up with it? Supply and demand. Can't get the building materials. They can't build them fast enough. It's taken way too long to build a home these days because, for whatever reason, there's shortages of all kind of things. There's, believe it or not, shortages of paint. There's shortages, there used to be shortages of studs, but a lot of home builders are putting metal studs in now as well as wood studs, but still, there was a lumber issue there for a while, sheathing issue, windows, appliances. There's just shortages of everything going on. And so when you cannot supplement the demand with the new home market, then everything falls back on the pre-owned market. And then the pre-owned inventory dwindles down to what we just saw, 55 homes listed. That's just incredible. It feels like 2005 all over again. When I worked for the villages in 2005, we had an inventory. Our inventory was made up of usually about 5 or 6 pages of inventory. Back in 2005, when I worked for the villages, we had a half a page of inventory. That was it. So it's pretty crazy. So that's why I say it feels like 2005 all over again. So the scary part is we know what happened after 2005 and how the real estate market fell for really 6 straight years. Fell. 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, it hit an all-time low in 2012, kind of flattened out for a couple of years from 2012 to 2014. And then in 2014, it started picking back up. And for 7 years now, it has been steadily rising back up, prices and inventory. But who knows? But I'm gonna just tell you folks, there's always a market correction in real estate. What goes up must come down, and I've seen that, over all the years that I've been in this industry. When I started out as a draftsman, that's how I started my life. Started out, I took architectural technology in a 2-year college in Davie, Florida. So Broward Community College, it was Broward Junior College, and then it turned into Broward Community College. And then if anybody knows anything about South Florida down there, Nova University kind of got their 4-year college campus started there at Broward Community College. But anyways, started architectural technology and then signed on as a draftsman for years. And then I got into the hands-on construction process, did some roofing over the years, did some framing over the years, got back into drafting because I wanted to get the heck out of the hot sun, and then got into building homes, got my contractor's license, got into building homes, and now I've been selling homes for over 20 years. So that's kind of my whole life career in a little nutshell. All right, so that's how many homes, and that's kind of a little take on the market from what I see. And I think it's just, who knows? Who knows how long this is going to go along? I think as long as there's a deficit in the building materials and they can't catch up, then we have a lack of inventory, and it's about supply and demand. And so I don't know if it's artificially being kept up, and I don't know if a time will ever come where now you have all the building material that you want, you get all these new homes being built, you have all this inventory. Who knows? But I just fear that there's going to be a market correction. My wife works for Citizens First Bank, and over there the financial consultants are talking about they fear that maybe something around July of next year is going to happen. So who knows? We'll just have to wait and see how that plays itself out. Okay. So I'm done now. I'm done with the speculating and the prediction business, since it looked to me like I started seeing the inventory going up. I mean, it kind of peaked at 75. I don't think it ever got back up to 80 homes, but I think it peaked around 75 homes, and then it's kind of, now it's down to 55 homes starting this week. All right. Cool. I love to see what the temperatures are. And I hate to say it because I'm in Florida and we're enjoying
69 degrees.
It's 69 degrees right now, but it was 70, probably 5 degrees, 74 degrees is what it was today. So we're just loving life in our weather. So 41 degrees in New Jersey, but heard a cold front's coming in. Yeah, I think we're having a cold front coming in now. Ricky says that they'll be in the Villages from the 10th to the 15th for a lifestyle visit. So Ricky, give us a call. We'd love to meet with you, even if it's just to sit with you for like an hour, hour and a half, talk about what you're interested in. Even if you're, ways on down the road to buy a home, we always like to go ahead and talk, get a little relationship going on, get a little bit of knowledge going on as to what your time frame, what you're looking for, what your situation is, when are you going to retire, when are you thinking about buying, when you're going to be back to visit. If you have any friends that live here, I take notes. I've got a little notepad that I always write down notes with. But love to meet you and love to talk with you. Don't necessarily need to go out and see homes. That's up to you. If you're looking for communities, we do a lot of that. Take you around to different communities so you can make a decision whether or not the Villages is right for you. On top of the world, Del Webb, Stone Creek, Del Webb, Spruce Creek, Stonecrest, Legacy, Plantation, Arlington Ridge. There's all kind of communities that we can take and show you around. But I like to spend at least an hour, hour and a half with you just to kind of see what your situation is and try to fit you to the community, okay? So all these years of experience, I feel like I'm pretty good at doing that. Whenever I meet somebody, talk with them, ask them all my questions, I can pretty much tell you if the Villages is for you, if one of these other communities are for you, all right? So I love to assist you with that. I'd love to help you with that. So Ricky, give us a call. Christian, go ahead and put our phone number in. Call Danielle or Paige, and Christian's going to write it in the chat for you to get a hold of us and make an appointment with me. Okay. And at least a week in advance, okay, Ricky, because my schedule gets filled up fairly quickly. All right, 41 degrees in New Jersey. It's 20s this morning for us in Wisconsin. I'm thinking Iowa's pretty cold, and Indiana feels south to us. If prices keep escalating in the Villages and Florida in general, by 2025, I'll only be able to afford to live in a tent in someone's backyard. Well, Laura, by 2025, I hope to sell the home that I'm in and buying a few acres of property, downsizing, and so you can pitch your tent in my backyard. How's that? Okay, and Donna, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the compliments. And I love you too, Donna. Yeah, I love you too, Donna. And I'm just going to give you the straight scoop. It doesn't, like I said, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to, why. I mean, my reputation is just dealing straight with you based on all the experience that I've gathered. So I hope to just hand that right on over to you. 36 in Poughkeepsie. Oof. So you all just keep that cold air up there, okay? But I hear it is going to get pretty cold for Thanksgiving, and I love to have cold weather. Well, look, I went all the way to North Carolina on my vacation, so you got to know that I do like the cold weather. I'm just kidding with you about keeping the cold weather up there. I mean, all the way up in Highlands. It was supposed to be in the 20s, and I was looking forward to that. I think 26 or 28 on a couple mornings. It never made it out of 36. So set my expectations a little bit too high there. 50 degrees in Alabama, but 30 degrees tomorrow morning. See? So I think that colder weather is coming down. And then Kelly says 30 degrees in Indiana right now, but going down to 21. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And then Richard, 67 in Ocala. Rub it in, Richard, rub it in. That's funny. Sounds good. I would love to chat. Okay, good, Ricky. That's cool. 32 degrees. So let's see. So Patty and Ricky, I guess you both are in central New York. And then Don says, warm in Citrus Grove. Okay, Don. Rub it in. So Laura, you're correct. In 2006, the bottom started falling out of the real estate market. Stupid me. I'm a real estate professional, right? I don't even think I should even admit this, but I built a home in 2007. But I've seen the real estate market go down, but that 2006 foreclosure market and investment, all those investors and bankers totally ruining the real estate market for us all. So thankfully, regulations have been put in place so the banking industry cannot, cause that foreclosure market to wreak havoc upon us anymore. So I'm happy about that. So I don't think that, well, again, I said I was going to get out of the prediction business, but I just can't see how, even if there is a correction, how, it could last that long, because we're not dealing with a bunch of foreclosures. And I don't think just because somebody overpaid for a home that they're necessarily going to walk away from it. Like me, I've been in my home since '07, and that's 14 years, working on 15 years. Thankfully, by now, I've recouped and I'm in the black, not in the red, but I was in the red. I couldn't sell my home if I wanted to. My next door neighbor who built a home with me, he bailed on me, and he did a short sale on his home and got out of it. And I just wasn't willing to have that blemish on my record as a realtor. And my wife didn't want that on her record as a banker, because believe it or not, banks really take a big, a real big look at who they employ. All right, so 7:06. We've been talking for an hour straight. Is there anything pressing on anybody's agenda here? And if not, we're probably going to go ahead and wrap it up for this evening. I'm not like Skip Smith where I go for 3 and 4 hours. I've been on Skip's show. It starts at, I think, 7. And I'll walk away, I'll go eat dinner, I'll come back. He's still going. And then I leave him up and shoot. Sometimes 10 o'clock at night, he's still going.
You could watch the whole Titanic movie.
Yeah, within Skip's show. All right, so Laura says market correction. So the people who paid top dollar this year for homes might be in for an unpleasant surprise. I would say yes. And I tell pretty much everybody I talk to that expect to be in that home at least 3 years. I tell them 3 to 5 years. Expect, if you buy a home today, at least expect to be in that home between 3 and 5 years, because it is going to go down before it goes back up. But I don't really foresee that 2005, 2006 market. So you'll be okay if you're in it for the long haul, which long haul is 3 to 5 years. I don't know how long haul that is, but you'll be okay as long as you don't tend to want to flip the home in a year or whatever. But it has to go down. It just has to. I mean, I know building costs have gone up, and so I don't really see, because of how much building costs went up, I don't really see the market going that far down, simply because the cost of construction is so high now, and since cost of construction is now up here and not still down here, it's going to keep the pre-owned sale price kind of at least even with it up there. So I don't really see it being like it was back in 2012, 2013, when that was the bottom of that last market. So Don says he loves Skip's marathons. That's cool. That's good. Hang in there with him, Don, because he loves you hanging in there on his marathons. And unfortunately for me, I'm usually working till about 10 o'clock at night because my whole day consists of working with people. And then at night, Paige and Danielle have a whole list of stuff for me to do and emails to answer and contracts to look over and um, uh, title commitments to look at, all kind of stuff. So
Postcards to approve.
yeah, yeah. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up now. So thank you so much for watching Monday Night Live here with me, Ira Miller, and I really appreciate you as far as coming and being with me on these Monday nights. I love you all. Thank you for being loyal and viewing and asking your questions, and I love being here with you guys as well. So don't forget, if you're coming down to visit anytime soon, this is the time of year a lot of people do decide to come down. Come over, visit with me, kind of let Paige or Danielle know, that you're coming and you'd like to visit. We'd love to have you. And let us know what your agenda is. Let us know if you just want to sit and chat. That's great. If you have a bunch of questions, I'd love to sit with you and answer your questions. I'd love to, get to know you, write down, take notes for the next time when you are ready to buy. I'm not saying, like some people have accused me of saying that if you're not ready to buy, I don't want to show you homes. That's never my intention. Obviously, if you're not ready to buy, any home I show you will not be available in a week if that's, if it's any kind of a decent home. The price is not going to be the same. So you're not really able to judge, okay, this is what this home looks like at this price. In this market, all bets are off as far as that's concerned. So I'm always suggesting to people, if you're in the villages, you need two real estate agents, get them to take you to the models and show you what their models look like. They're beautifully staged and decorated. You'll love to see what those are. It'll give you a good idea of seeing all the homes in one spot. And, you could take half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, go out there, see what it is that you're interested in. Then come see me. Tell me what you saw. Tell me what you looked at. Tell me which one is your favorite one. And we can talk about that. We can talk about similar homes in other communities. Gives us a lot to go off of. So go and look at those models and make sure that village's agent shows you those models. A lot of times they'll say, if you're not buying, they don't want to take you out there. They don't want to spend the time. They're kind of flipping people over there in the sales office. And if you don't kind of force them to show you those models, they're just not going to do it. They want to get that one person in their car that wants to buy today. And so don't let them do that to you. Tell them you want to see those models. And then get with me. Let's talk about it. We'll go from there, okay? All right, guys. Love y'all. Thank you again. Sylvan, he just kind of came in at the last minute. I saw your email briefly, and I saw you wrote me I think it was something early this morning. But like I was just saying, I kind of go through all my emails at night. So if you email me after 10 o'clock at night, I'm probably not going to see it again until the following evening. If it's something real important, though, Danielle or Paige will get a hold of me and let me know it's something we need to address right away, possibly. But, I was flipping through my emails real quickly. Sylvan did see it. So, I will answer that. I don't want to pull it up right now because everybody will see what's in your email. Nightingale, late to the show. 52 in Rhode Island. So Nightingale, do you have anything that that is pressing or you're interested in? Look, Christian always posts these Monday Night Lives online anyways, so you never miss out on anything. You're always able to go back through the show and see what everybody said, looked at some of the questions.
And if they have a important enough topic, we can even make a video for them on that specific topic and then make it public.
If they have a suggestion for a video.
Yes.
That's right. So we're here for you. We're here for you. Like I said, if you're late, when are you going to post this video?
The live stream goes out right after you're done, and then the On Top of the World video goes out tomorrow.
All right. So Christian's telling me that this show goes live on the channel
As a video.
as a video, not live.
No.
This show goes on as a
Public video, I would say.
public display video. So if anybody who's late to the show kind of misses it, don't worry. I mean, there it is. You can watch all hour and 15 minutes of it.
And leave comments if you like.
Oh yeah, and you can leave comments there as well. And we always love, and we'll answer your comments after the fact as well. So Christian will let me know. He kind of monitors those comments after the show's over. And if you have any comments that I need to answer, he'll let me know. Doing cosmetic updates to our home to get it ready to list next spring. Thankfully going pretty well. Where is your home that you are listing? And by the way, that goes right in line with what I had said earlier about, somebody asked me about when's the best time to be buying a home in the villages. And so I really explained how our season of home buying works with seasonal homes versus primary residences. So I think, Nightingale, if you're up north doing cosmetic updates to your home to get it ready to list next spring, that falls right in line with what I said earlier. Most people don't sell their home during the wintertime up north. It's usually late spring or in the summertime. Bristol, Rhode Island. See, there you go. 20-minute ride from Newport, Rhode Island. So that goes, thank you for that, Nightingale, because that goes exactly what I said earlier in the show about what the seasons are and why people and when people buy up north, so they can bring their money down here to buy here. And normally it's what we've found out, that it's normally in June, July, August, or September. That's when people sell their homes up north and then come down here and buy one. So that fits in perfect. So thank you for that. Nightingale, oh yeah, do you have a village in mind? And then Panda Hughes, thank you for that. And happy Thanksgiving to you. Oh, Laura, I mean, I said this at the top of the show. I was wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and I said I'd go ahead and say it again probably several times during the live show. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We are not working Thursday or Friday. I gave the whole crew off, so they have a 4-day weekend. So, but you can call 352-204-9026. That is the office number. And when everybody's off, if you have something pressing, you could always call that office number, and I monitor that phone when everybody else is off. So if I see somebody calling in there, then I'll probably answer it. or if I don't answer it, leave a message. I'll check the voicemail. I always get, it always sends me an email if somebody leaves a message. So, all right, and so Sylvan asked a great question before we leave. And this is what I was speaking to as far as, I'm so happy that you asked me that, because I did not include that in my next video. So Sylvan, I made a video about On Top of the World, how that whole thing now works over there. Does my agreement expire if you sign up with the developer? So I asked that question directly to Tracy, who's the sales manager over there On Top of the World. And she says that, well, you know, if we've been working with this person for like 2 years and, you know, probably you're not going to, you know, you're probably not going to be included in the referral agreement. I mean, if it goes that long. And I said, Tracy, we've been told that after 30 days, you know, if we don't resubmit another referral agreement, that you're not going to honor your agreement with us. We're the ones that referred these people over to you to start with. I don't really see how that's fair. And she understood. And so Sylvan, I would say this. Let us know. Let us know when you're coming back, so we can resubmit another referral agreement just to kind of refresh that. So there's no problem with maintaining the relationship. So we want to go ahead and do that. So if anybody out there is listening to me, I don't know what we might want to do about adding that into our video about On Top of the World, about maintaining that relationship. But, you know, we don't want to give them the opportunity to have an excuse to cut me out of the relationship. So, yeah, all you have to do is just let us know. So, Sylvan, thank you for the email. We're going to go ahead and submit another referral agreement over there. And just to keep things fresh and alive so there's no issues, okay? So thank you for that question. Let's see, actually there's some more comments, and my stomach is growling. All right, so we want a 3-bedroom, straight driveway, courtyard villa. So I guess we will only find this down south, and that is correct. There are a few in the other contiguous part of the villages that have a straight-in driveway, but not so much. But right now, there's that whole area down there was started developing in the Finney area in 2017, so it's like 4 years old now, and there's plenty of resales down there. So if I can help you with finding a resale down there as well, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that for you. All right. And let's see. Sylvan's a Porsche man, by the way. And I've been looking at those, just so you know. There's a nice GTS over at Ocala Porsche. But the Macans just, I think, are a little small. And the Cayennes are a little boxy. So it looks like I'm leaning back towards maybe an X3 or something. I don't know. So, and you'll probably be disappointed in me, but all right. So let's see. It really helps when you know what you want. And thank you, Sylvan, for that. I'll definitely let you know my plans. You're my guy. I'll give you the thumbs up too. Thank you. Let's see. And I don't want to cut things off because we're having a good conversation with Laura and Nightingale. So privacy is something that, here's the thing. Oh, no. Wow. I hope you didn't give that away, Sylvan, because if you did, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. Because I might have bought it. Should have let me know. Sure you got a good deal on it. Anyways, so Nightingale, here's the thing. Let us know ahead of time. We can set you up on what we call an auto email. It's a home search program that we have set up through our MLS, our multiple listing service, and we can put, all kind of different parameters in your search. I don't know about a straight-in driveway. We're probably going to have to kind of focus down 2017 and newer in for that villa. We can have privacy in there for you. So just let us know. We'd be more than happy to set you up on that auto email home search system that we have. And you can call Paige or Danielle. They'll get you set up. And then we'll kind of monitor that with you to make sure that this is exactly what you're looking for. And we'll just tweak it here and there little by little until we get exactly what you're looking for. All right? So timing is everything. And I use that phrase all the time with people. Timing is everything. And it's even more so now because if you're in the market or even if you're in the market in the near future, let us go ahead and set you up on that auto email search and get you started and get that thing tweaked to where you want it. And then you never know. Something might come along maybe a little bit before you're ready, maybe right when you're ready, maybe a little bit after you're ready, but let's go ahead. Let us go ahead and get you set up on that. You'll be good to go, okay? All right, Sylvan, I'll answer your email in a little bit, okay? So be looking for that. And hopefully, Nightingale, that'll help you. That'll solve, all your problems, I think, as far as a home search goes. Just let us set you up on that auto email home search system. Alrighty then. And you have down here too, really helps when you know what you want. So what'll help you know what you want is if you receive these homes to look at and review. That'll really help you know what you want when you start getting those. Okay, folks, 7:30. Love y'all. We're going to wrap it up for now. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Send me emails at homesaroundthevillages@gmail.com if you have any other questions I can help you with. You can call or text to 352-204-9026. You could always call me on my cell phone, 352-454-9561. We're here for you in any case, at any time. All right? See y'all next week. Have a lovely Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully you'll have a 4-day holiday. And like I said, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Where was that?